aka Bullets, YouTube channel.
Hurry up, now tell us why you're here.
Casey Corner will start at pole position for the second race of 2007, but unfortunately, Chuck Hicks would wreck too many cars, and Floyd Mulvihill would get flipped on lap 252 because of the mean green car Chuck Hicks. Why? Jeff Corvette would lead for the most laps, leading for 111 laps, but Matt Korzith, as usual, will win the second race of the season, winning the 2007 Las Vegas 400, with Jeff Corvette finishing second, Lightning McQueen third, Denny Carlin fourth, and Mark Carton rounding out the top five. Jeff Corvette would start at pole position for the third race of 2007, where JJ Traley would be out on the very first lap because of Chicax, who will wreck some other cars as well. Jeff Corvette would lead for the most laps, leading for 173 of them. But another Jeff Burton, will win the race, winning the third race of 2007, with last week's winner Matt Korzith finishing second, Mark Carton finishing third, Jeff Corvette finishing fourth, and rookie Bobby Swift getting his very first top five. Something normal will happen with Ryan Newcar starting at pole position for the fourth race of 2007, but something unusual happens. The mean green car Chickx gets his very first DNQ. Hooray! And many Piston Cup fans celebrate Chickx failing to qualify for a race. Manny Flywheel is also the car that will start 43rd, making everyone happier. The only two cautions of the day come when Scott Rims and Brian Vickers are both out because of engine failures. Despite the lack of cautions, only 18 cars would end up finishing the race on the lead lap. Lightning McQueen would lead for the most laps, leading for 135 of them, and he will be the winner of the fourth race of 2007, with Tony Gassworth finishing second, Matt Korzith third, Brick Yardley fourth, and Kevin Shiftwright rounding out the top five. Lightning McQueen will also start on top again with the fifth race of 2005, with Mean Green Car X, of course, wrecking cars, but his rival Kyle Traxon would wreck the entire field. Seventh and back on lap 181. That's everyone except for 6 cars. Why? And as a result, he'll be suspended for the rest of the season. Now, onto the car that led the most laps, which is Darren Leadfoot, who led 69 of them. But unfortunately for Darren Leadfoot, he can't win the race because he was involved in the crash. Someone who wasn't was Misty Motocross, and she would go on to win the fifth race of 2007, with Kevin Karvik, the Florida 500 winner, finishing second, Chuck Armstrong third, Kevin Shiftwright fourth, and Eugene Komareski rounding out the top five. And since Misty Motocross won the race, Claude Scruggs, of course, is very happy about it, but Misty Motocross announces her retirement and retires. And Claude Scruggs is asking the exact same question that the rest of us are. Lightning McQueen will get back-to-back pole positions. This pole is for the sixth race of 2007, and Chuck Hicks will be out on lap 12 because of Slater Petrolski. Hooray! But then he'd wreck himself out on lap 30. Why? Lightning McQueen would once again lead the most laps, leading 157 laps this time, including pole, and he spent all of these laps at least 10 seconds ahead of second place. How does any car lead by over 10 seconds multiple times in a race? No wonder the Hudson Hornet said that Lightning McQueen got a lot of stuff. And Lightning McQueen will win yet another race, the sixth race of 2007, with Jeff Corvette finishing second, Clint Bokar finishing third, Brick Yardley fourth, and Bobby Swift rounding out the top five. And the rookie Bobby Swift will get his first pole position with the seventh race of 2007. And Mean Green Car would wreck 2 Johnnies. Why? And he'll be out on lap 104 because of Recar Smith on his second ever start, wrecking the Mean Green Car. Hooray! 2 cars would tie for most laps led, those 2 cars being Tony Gassworth and Eugene Karbareski, both leading 91 laps each. But it's not enough to stop Lightning McQueen from winning yet another race, the 7th race of 2007. Kevin Shiftwright would finish second ahead of Tony Gasworth in third, Tony Gasworth's teammate Denny Carlin in fourth, and Jeff Gorvette rounding out the top 5. Kevin Shiftwright would start at pole position for the 8th race of 2007, where Travis Draftville will be out for the season on lap 17 because of Chick Hicks, who will be suspended for the next 10 races. Eugene Karbareski would go airborne and flip while going into the catch fence on lap 109 because of John Hicks, who will be suspended for the rest of the season because of what he did. Eugene Karbareski is not out! How? And Eugene Karbareski says this, refusing to go to the garage. Darren Leadfoot would lead for the most laps, leading for 84 of them, and he will be the winner of the 8th race of 2007, with Lightning McQueen finishing second, Kurt Busch-Tire third, Dave Laney surprisingly in fourth, and Jeff Gorvette once again rounding out the top 5. Eugene Karbareski would miraculously finish the race 2 laps down ahead of 2 other cars on the track. Someone that's definitely on the track is Dale Earnhardt Jr., who will start at pole position for the 9th race of 2007. After the sudden retirement of Misty Motocross, Team Rev and Go needed to find a replacement racer. Here's his image, but I don't have his name. If you know his name, please place it in the comment section below. Someone's name we do know is Todd Marcus's, but he goes airborne on lap 80! Alongside Ryan Newcar, but Ryan Newcar is used to going airborne, and they go airborne because of Eugene Karbareski, who wrecks out the next lap. Kajma Mikno says this on the track and proceeds to wave to the fans whilst racing. Kajma Mikno, why are you doing this? Nintendo and WG Lights chose you for a reason! Don't disappoint them! Someone that's not disappointing is Lightning McQueen, leading 105 laps, but unfortunately for him, he'd lose the lead to Cal Weathers, who would go on to win the 9th race of 2007, breaking his terrible run of form and also pushing Lightning McQueen into the 2nd position. Brick Yardley would finish 3rd, Matt Karseth 4th, and Kyle Busch-Tire would round out the top 5. Oh, and he's number 5 as well. The number 5 car finishing 5th. Interesting, but what's more interesting is number 95 starting 1st for the 10th race of 2007. The mean green car being suspended doesn't mean there will be no cautions, because Eugene Karbareski would wreck Hall Inngas and Chuck Armstrong on lap 101. Why? Oh no! David Raycar would forget to turn on lap 171, and now he's out! Oh no! Sage Van Der Spin would be out on lap 194 because of a cut tire, unfortunately. Brick Hicks is trying to convince Walmart that he is not like his older brothers. Good job. Oh, he's also on the phone whilst on the track. How? Someone else that's doing a good job is Matt Karseth, because he led the most laps, leading for 214 laps, and Lightning McQueen would of course win the 10th race of 2007, with Matt Karseth finishing 2nd, Cal Weathers finishing 3rd, Kyle Busch-Tire 4th, and his teammate Jeff Gorvette rounding up the top 5. Jeff Gorvette would once again start at pole position for the 11th race of 2007, where Reed Sorencar would accidentally wreck a bunch of cars, including himself. Tony Gasworth would lead for the most laps, leading for 153 of them, but the race was actually competitive, as there were 79 lead changes. The last lead change was when Kyle Busch-Tire took the lead on lap 395 and kept the lead to win the 11th race of 2007, getting his first win of the season, holding off Jeff Burnton, who will end up finishing 2nd, the other Jeff Gorvette finishing 3rd, Lightning McQueen finishing 4th, and Darren Leadfoot rounding out the top 5. Unfortunately for the younger Busch-Tire, he will not start first, as Ryan Newcar will start first for the 12th race of 2007. And Greg People would be out on lap 45 because he hit the wall. And Ralph Carlo would get flipped on lap 52 because of Eugene Karbareski. Why? And another caution where Ernie Gearson would accidentally wreck himself and Jeff Gorvette on lap 61. Ryan Newcar, the Rocket, would go airborne on lap 172 because Slider Petrolsky accidentally wrecked him and then wrecked himself out. David Raykar would accidentally wreck Elliot Draftler and himself on lap 218. Some laps later, David Gillicar would be out on lap 265 because of Eugene Kopareski. Why do you have to wreck cars like the mean green car? Do you want me to call you the mean pink car? And Lee Revkins would be out on lap 289 because of an engine failure. Kurt Busch-Tire would lead the most laps, leading 103 laps before lap 296, where he'd wreck out trying to pass Bobby Swift. How did Bobby Swift stop Kurt Busch-Tire from passing him? And over the next 200 laps, there'd be 60 lead changes. The last lead change would be when Casey Gears would take the lead on lap 497 and keep it to win the 12th race of 2007, getting his very first Piston Cup win. J.J. Traley would finish second, Cal Weathers would finish third, Reed Sorencar fourth, and rounding out the top five is Brian Vickers. Wait, that's a weird top five. And Tony Gasworth would finish sixth and say this. And his teammate Denny Carlin would say that the top five were lucky. And here is the top 20 after the first 12 races of 2007. You'll notice that Darren Litfoot's here because he qualified for all 11 races that you saw in this video, as Darren Litfoot's good when he qualifies. And you'll notice that Cal Weathers is missing! And that's because before the 9th race, he's had a terrible season.
Remember to press the notifications button, which goes ring, ring, ring after you press it. And lightning strikes back, and that's as if you subscribed, of course. And thank you for watching this entire video.
Cal Weathers only had 2 top 10s in the first 12 races, and you saw both of them. How could any one good car have such a terrible start to the season? We'll have to hope his form improves over the rest of the season. Someone's form we hope doesn't increase is Mean Green Car X. Well, he's suspended for a little while, so he can't really do that. And the next part of the 2007 Piston Cup season will be coming out soon enough, but it will not be the next video.